What's up, campers? So today I spent with my dad. It was a great day. It was just me and my dad, and we left Kansas City this morning. Cat hair on my Kelly tractor hat. Good day, mates. Kelly Equipment Company, Australian company that started here in the U.S. Kelly Tillage. Yeah. Anyway, we went to where I grew up. My dad and I were going to spend the day today, since I'm on forced vacation from the government. Had some time, so Dad and I decided we were going to go down and see our old stomping grounds where my dad farmed, and see our old vet. Our old veterinarian, Doc Novak. He's 97, I think. We saw him today. And an old family friend, Steve Shields. And another family friend, Jack Riggin. They're all my dad's age. Close to my dad's age. My dad's 83. Steve and Jack are still farming a little bit. Doc Novak's retired. But anyway, so it was a good day. We got to see some old family friends. And kind of see the old stomping grounds where I grew up farming. Coming home, we came up, we didn't take interstate. We took kind of the back roads to kind of see the scenery. We saw a lot of corn being harvested. I saw a John Deere 9600. I saw a John Deere 88, like 8820. Saw some big John Deere, some S700 series. We saw some, oh my God, we saw a case 7120. I saw a case 8820. We saw a couple bigger cases. I couldn't tell what they were. They were out farther out in the field, but they were bigger cases. We saw, I did not see any Agco gleaners or fence. While we were in Lost Springs, though, I did see two Claus Jaguar 4-H harvesters, which I believe are owned by a local custom harvest guys. I'm not sure, but I was surprised to see that because I've done some research on Claus, and there's some companies that have sold some used Claus stuff around. Although I think I have seen some new Claus equipment in the Walmigo John Deere dealer. I think I saw a new Jaguar 4-H harvester down there, but it's not very... I haven't seen a lot of Claus stuff, so I was very surprised to see two Claus Jaguars out and about. But what I did see, and this is the purpose of this video, I saw some big tractors. I saw a Steiger 620, and they were doing some cornfield tillage. I saw a Fendt 1100 series. I wasn't sure, wasn't close enough to see what it was, but it was definitely 1100 series because there's no mistaking a Fendt 1100 series. And I saw a John Deere 9RX out in the field. I couldn't tell what the exact model was, but I knew it was a 9RX. So I decided to, just out of the blue, I was like, what's the comparison horsepower to all these? And so I compared what I'm calling the big four. That's Claus Xerion 12.650, which comes out at 653 horsepower. And from what I can find, has a base price of $1,071,550. That's base price off of a Claus dealer website. And then you go to Case IH, and you guys can all go look this up, but Case Steigers, they got the 645, and the only reason I listed that because that's the closest thing to the Claus. Then they have the 715, which just came out a few years ago, and base price on that's $1,169,817 off a website, dealer website, base price. And then I didn't even know the 785s were out. I heard they were coming out, but I did find on a website they are advertising 785s on a dealer website for $1,126,852. So 785 horsepower. And then the Fendt 1167 at 673 horsepower. I had a rough time finding a new price for 1167. I did find a reference to one new 2022 model for $820,647. So take it as you will. And the John Deere 9X off of John Deere website, the John Deere RX 710, 710 with the 781 max horsepower. Of course, you can't sustain that max horsepower, but so we'll call it 710. With a base price of $1,092,648. So there they are, our four. So our top two, the John Deere 9RX. This is a 640 because I didn't find a 710 in the game, but it's very similar. It's a quad track, just like the Steiger 715. They both, turn. I'm not sure what you call that, but as you can see, a pivot in the center pivot. As does the John Deere 9RX. Got that center pivot. Again, I can't remember what you call it. Now, the 1167 though, as you can see, it's more like a bulldozer track versus the tri-wheel drive wheel with two support reels on the Steiger and the John Deere. So it's more, the Fendt 11.7, more like a bulldozer track. Got four support rollers, big drive wheel, and another drive wheel, and of course it pivots like a bulldozer. You have to go forward or backward to turn it, so it's a little different. Now, I've never messed with the Clauses until I started doing the Island Vacation series, and it's kind of a neat tractor, but it's a solid body tractor where the wheels turn independently. So the back wheels, if you're turning right, they turn like that, and the front wheels turn like that to turn. So you can see they kind of Turns a little bit different. Now I notice it turns really, really tight. You can make tight turns with that. And then of course the Finn 1167. You could almost turn it within its width. So it turned real tight. And the John Deere, you know, 9X turns tight too. You know, and then the Steiger's the same kind of the same way. He turns. They turn almost within their length. Not quite, a little bit, you know, almost. So yeah, that's our big tractor comparison. I kind of did a tractor comparison a while back, but I just thinking about doing one before. I didn't really got the claws in there. You know, this 12 650. It's a big tractor. Now, one of the things I noticed though, and I don't know how realistic this is, because I've never sitting in a claws, but this cabin is a lot tighter. Now I like the back window setup because you can see out the back window really well. I mean, you can see out all these two monitors. Again, I've never sat inside a closet, so I can't really tell you how realistic this is in terms of space, but it's fairly tight. And the fence kind of the same way. You know, it's fairly tight. I like the back of the 1167 versus the 1000 Varios and the 900 Varios. They have a rear windshield wiper that is kind of almost right center. So when you look behind you, you kind of got to look down and around it. That's the one thing I don't like about the wheeled tractors. But I mean, when you're turning to look at your equipment, you know, you're not having a problem seeing anything. But when you want to look behind you, like if you're backing up to something, you're kind of right smack in the middle. Got that. I probably should I'll pop one up just to show you. But the 9X, I have sat in one of these, and it's pretty roomy. This shows, you know, quite a bit of room in here. It's pretty roomy, got a lot of room. So I got to sat in one of these when I was at a John Deere dealer, and it was pretty sharp. And then the Steiger, I have not sat in a 715, but I've sat in a 620, and it's a little tighter in terms of space, but you know, it's I like how the monitor's set up. They have the monitor set up on the Steiger. I have not driven any of these. That's my goal, is to get out and drive some of these sometime, somewhere. But let me pop one of these Let's see. Let me find a 1000 series. Here's a 1000 Vario E. Yeah, let's pop that up so you can see what I'm talking about. Saving content. I'm on a base Rodinia island map. Nothing to it, but well, shit. There you go. You kind of see what I'm saying. You know, it's right. It's kind of right there. You can see below it, but it's just kind of, I don't know. It bothers me. Because when I look out, I want to be able to see. You know, if I'm pulling a wagon or a forage wagon, I can't see. It's kind of a blind spot. You can see under it, you can see the right and left. So, you know, if you're tilling, it's not a big deal. But, you know, to me, it's just a blind spot. I don't really like it. You know, but I do like the tractor. I do like it. It's got a lot of buttons. Even the real one does. And I've been in the real one and yeah, lots of buttons. All right. So that's my big tractor comparison. Yeah. My other goal is to sit in an AF11 Case IH combine. I want to get inside one of those sometime, somewhere, some way, somehow. I'm hoping at one of the ag shows we'll get to see one. I'm hoping we'll have more equipment at the Western Ag Show coming up here December, January. I'd have to go look it up, but coming up this winter, Western Ag Show at the American Royal in Kansas City. And then, of course, the Topeka Farm Show in Topeka, Kansas will have Fendt, because they got a Fendt dealer right there in town. I'm going to ask those guys this year if I can get into their... They had an 1100 series sitting there last year, as well as a big Gleaner 77, I think. Don't quote me. I'd go back and look at my video of the Topeka Farm Show, but there's a big Gleaner sitting out there. I'm going to get in both of those next year if they got both of them sitting out. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. But yeah, the big four tractors. Claus 12.650, Steiger 750, and the 785. 785 is the top dog. The Fendt 1167 and the John Deere 9RX 710. All good tractors.